Battle Royale in Battlefield. Is it a good idea? So you've all heard the news. Battle Royale is coming to Battlefield 5 and the community has a completely split opinion. Some think it will be an amazing addition, whilst others are not really entertaining the idea of having a mode that could be a flash in the pan and not really fit in with the Battlefield theme. In this video I'm going to take a look at what we know about the mode so far and whether or not it will be a good fit for a franchise that has never ventured into the Royale setting before. This is what we know so far. There will be vehicles in the game, but whether or not this will include tanks and air vehicles is currently not known. There will be huge destruction in a similar way to what you'll see in Conquest and Operations currently, and team play is a major factor, indicating there won't be solo modes and more squad orientated gameplay instead, possibly team gameplay as well. There will be no premium pass, so assuming this BR mode is part of the main Battlefield game, it will come at no extra charge. This gives EA and DICE the opportunity to introduce microtransactions for customization items. I think that's what they'll probably do, and I think they've called these things airlifts. They're not strictly loot boxes because there's no random nature of the box, but you are paying for an item that will then change your appearance. There's no confirmation on that, but that's what I think they're doing. DICE have also confirmed that they are putting their own spin on the Battle Royale mode, giving it that true Battlefield feeling. This probably links in to the vehicles and destruction, and a lot of people are saying as well that the Battle Royale mode could take place in the final day of Grand Operations, as when you get to day 4, DICE have kind of indicated that it's a last man standing mode, where there is no clear winner between the two teams, everyone fights to the death. I personally think they will be introducing a standalone mode as well, although we are yet to see any concrete information on that. Finally, we will only know more about this mode later in the year, as DICE have clearly opted to keep their cards close to their chest. However, I would expect to see some teasers over the course of the summer. I think what they're doing is currently building the mode so it's not ready to play or to see any gameplay from, and also they're gauging the reaction from the community, which is fairly smart, and as this is a very contentious decision, they'll be making changes in line with those requests from the community. According to an interview undertaken by GameSpot with Lars Gustafsson, the creative director for Battlefield, the new Battle Royale mode will bring a new perspective to the genre. He claimed that there was a lot of good energy within the DICE office, as many of the employees regularly play other Battle Royale games, so adding one to the Battlefield game was something many were looking forward to doing. This screams of a passion project to me, and a passion project usually means success in terms of a game that is fun to play. When it's created by a company with the skills and resources to make it happen like DICE, we could be looking at something very successful, in a similar way to Operations in Battlefield 1. When that was introduced as a new mode, everyone was very happy. I think we could be looking at something fairly similar with the Battle Royale mode, assuming DICE put their own spin on it and make it a very Battlefield orientated mode. In the next section, I'm going to focus on some of the more negative factors associated with including a Battle Royale mode in BF5, bringing in some of the comments that you guys have left on my previous videos and other comments from around the community. Some of these comments also include some positive reactions, however do address some of the main issues that people have with a BR mode. I think this is fairly useful to look at what people are thinking around the community, because to be honest, I'm always going to enjoy a Battle Royale mode in Battlefield because I love Battle Royale and I love Battlefield, and I don't see a problem with having just a one-off game with it in, because it is going to probably be a mode that isn't included in the future. We don't know, but the popularity will dwindle a little bit over time, that's for sure. That being said, it's not an opinion shared by everybody, and I want to see what you guys were thinking. Starting off, a comment by Amar Khan. He was in the YouTube comments of one of my previous Battlefield 5 videos. He claimed that he didn't like Battle Royale because it's oversaturated, and if Battlefield does have a BR mode, he just won't play the mode, and he'll just play the other parts of the game instead. This seems like quite a good way to approach it in my opinion. Just because you don't like BR and just because you don't like that specific mode doesn't mean you have to not play the entire game. It is just going to be a section of Battlefield, and you can go and play the more staple modes like Conquest, Operations and Frontlines. I personally don't enjoy TDM, and therefore I don't play it in Battlefield. I never have really played it. I played a bit on BF3 because it was quite good, but never on BF4 or BF1. I think it will be quite similar with Battlefield 5 in the introduction of their custom BR mode. If you don't like it, you just don't have to play it. Now for a comment from Legendary. This is quite an interesting comment, and it clears up some of the confusion in the community. For all the people saying they are making Battle Royale, It's not an actual Battle Royale mode. It's their own take on a Royale type game mode. It's going to be implemented in the same game mode Grand Operations. Grand Operations will consist of 2 teams fighting towards different objectives over a period of 4 days. Each day contains a different objective for each team to work towards. If there isn't a clear victor by the end of day 3, the game will enter a 4th day, which will result in everyone spawning with 1 life, and the game will turn into elimination. Unlike Call of Duty and so many other games that are coming which are practically copying the formula, Battlefield is making its own original mode. They are taking inspiration from Battle Royale, yes, but they are not making a literal typical Battle Royale style mode. Now I think that's a fairly good comment because I think that is what they're doing, although I do believe they are introducing an actual Battle Royale on top of Grand Operations. They're going to have Grand Operations of course, but then I think they are going to have Battle Royale, a 100 winner takes all mode, probably based on squads. However, it is interesting to see that DICE are also doing this at the end of Grand Operations, maybe as an additional BR mode in one of the main modes as well. Now a couple of other comments focus on the BR genre, and that is getting a little bit tired as it's been overdone with quite a few games focusing on it. Of course we had PUBG that came out, and that was after we'd had Battle Royale in Minecraft, we'd had it in H1, we'd had mods in Arma, we'd had PUBG come out and obviously be the big hit that it was, and then you'd have games like Fortnite come along and steal that thunder as they improved on the Battle Royale mode, some would say, bringing something that a lot of the younger audience, I'd say mostly, but there are a lot of other people that do enjoy playing it because there's a massive skill ceiling in Fortnite with the building mechanics. And then you have the streamers like Ninja and Shroud who come along and just make these things so damn popular. So Battle Royale will get old, I'm sure, after a while, but right now it is as popular as it's ever been, and I think introducing a game mode like Battle Royale into Battlefield will only improve the franchise's popularity, and then they can just remove it in the future and go back to what they do best. I think the biggest thing to take away from this reveal at E3 from DICE and EA is that Battle Royale is here to stay in Battlefield for Battlefield 5. They are going to introduce it, it is going to be a part of the game, and there's not much anyone can do about that. If you are not a fan of Battle Royale, it does not matter. They are going to be producing a very complete game with all of your usual staple modes. If you are a fan of Battle Royale, then lucky you, you get an additional mode in the game, and that's going to be great fun. When people say, oh, well, adding Battle Royale is going to detract from the main game because the team can't be working on the main game while they're working on Battle Royale, that is of course true, but what really is going to be added to a Battle Royale game that is much different from what we already have in Battlefield? The new reviving mechanic would just be transferred over. You might have looting, although that's not confirmed. You might spawn in with a class. The vehicles are just the vehicles, and they might have to just change the ammo capacity to make them a little more balanced, or they might not even be having tanks and planes, they might just be using transport vehicles. On top of that, you have the fact that the map might need to be increased, but DICE have not yet confirmed that there will be 100 players on a map. They might just go for a 50-player Battle Royale experience on a map that's just slightly bigger than one of the Conquest maps. And in addition to that, when you look at PUBG and Fortnite, you only have 1 map, 2 maps, possibly 3 maps with PUBG. So Battlefield might just focus on having 1 huge Battle Royale map, and I can't imagine that'll take them a huge amount of time when you consider how many maps they make for a game on release, and then the expertise they have within that studio creating DLC content. It's also not certain what DICE LA are doing at this moment in time. It could be that they're working on the Battle Royale mode or aspects of it, creating something that could be very, very special, possibly a standalone feature in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave your comments down below on what you think about Battle Royale in Battlefield. I'm personally super excited, but I understand why quite a few people are apprehensive about the whole thing. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.